welcome to another episode of Fuck It, I'll Eat It. A show where the recipe isn't perfect, so why should you have to be? Today we're going to be making gut sticker teriyaki, a recipe I discovered one day when I wanted to do Asian food. However, I was going to do fried rice, but you need a lot of crap for that. You need bamboo shoot and water chestnuts and rice and eggs and meat and vegetables. I mean, sure, I could have bought it from frozen section, but I didn't think about it at the time. So instead I devised my own little Asian recipe that's really good, and it feeds people. A lot of people, depending on how much you want to make. And it's a very heavy meal too, so it doesn't, disappear after a while and you feel hungry 30 minutes later. It kind of sticks and sets in your stomach, so I call them gut stickers. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ingredients you'll need for this, okay? Okay, the ingredients for this recipe are insanely simple. Get a pack of stew meat. You'll normally know it because it's small cut and it's a tougher kind of meat. Get one pack if you want for a couple of people. Buy 2 or 3 if you're feeding more. Chow mein noodles, I got 2 packs of them. You can find these in any grocer in their Asian section. Notice that they're yellow in color. That has something to do with the flavor and texture. I don't know what. I bought 2 packs for this, but like I said, buy more if you want more people eating. 1 stick of unsalted butter, and a thing of teriyaki marinade. I go for the roasted garlic, but you can get whatever kind you want. And make sure to buy a full bottle for this, because you're going to be using most of it just for this recipe. Okay, probably in the background you can hear that I'm boiling up some water. I know I said I'm not going to go ahead and pre-prepare anything, but do y'all really want to see me boiling water? Okay, let's get this finished up, and then we'll start on the recipe. Well, alright, this is my first time trying to cook in front of a camera, so I might be getting a little bit in the way for this. But, see, my water is getting to a boil right now. Then we're going to go ahead and take noodles, right there, put them inside, let them boil up. I know you guys probably know how to do noodles, but just in case, you let them boil till they're sticky in their own right and they're easy to bite through. Turn off the water, pour the water out. There you go. So let that go ahead and get to a boil. In the other pan, I've got the heat turned on it. We're going to be using our butter and going ahead and greasing it up. A lot of people use spray. That's cool. You can do that for it, but I find that the butter adds a whole lot more to the flavor. So if you want to go ahead and do that, that is not a bad idea. Okay, turn the heat up a little bit on that. Now on your meat, normally you can go ahead if you want to and you have a little time to prepare. Get a Ziploc baggie, take the meat, put it inside the Ziploc baggie and pour some of your teriyaki sauce into it. That way it adds some of the flavor to it before you start cooking. That of course is marinating. Here's what you do. Go ahead and take that entire thing of meat and just dump it in there. Just go, 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 go. You're going to go ahead and pan fry this. So go ahead and mix around a little bit in the bowl. There we go. Go ahead and cook your meat. Let the water boil up a little bit. Now that the water's boiling, let's go ahead and add our noodles to it. The ones that I got come in these nice little 2-part sections. So you can go ahead and just take them and pour them in there. So they're easy to grab. Now I know it shows that some of the noodles are poking out of the pot. That's fine. In a little bit it's going to start boiling it all down and I can just push it on in. Okay, that's starting to heat up. Let me grab a spatula. So go ahead and let your meat go ahead and cook for a little bit till it's browning on one side. And then we got to add another ingredient. So I'll just pause it for a second while that happens. Anyway, now that we have it cooked up there, take your sauce. Go ahead and open it. Oh, shook the camera a little bit. That's okay. I added about half the bottle to that. So now and go ahead and stew in that heat. Turn it up a little bit if you want. Start mixing it up some. There we go. Now it may seem really runny right now. That's okay. Cool thing about whenever you pan fry something, it reduces the heat the more the oxygen is released out of whatever substance you're cooking. Water and anything that's made with water is H2O. You take out the oxygen that's in it, it boils itself down. Okay, gonna let that cook for a little bit, let those boil up. As soon as that's done, I'll turn it back on. Okay. Now you notice after a little while, your noodles have piled up inside your bowl. They're all stringy. They're clumping together a little bit. I suggest adding some butter at this point. That way to make them clump a little bit more. But, let's see. Basically, you're going to have to take a noodle, taste it, see whether or not it's cooked thoroughly for you. For me, this is perfect. So, let's go ahead and strain it real quick. Let's see, how best to do this. I'm going to pause it and turn it over to the sink.